Now we'll see what are all the X++ extensions that we need to make be able to receive the custom attributes that we have added on the AI builder model, which is then transferred to the Dataverse when OCR is done, and be able to capture that information in F&O so that we can stamp it on a vendor invoice header and then utilize the same value to be translated to a vendor transaction. This is my development environment. Here, as extensions on F&O, I have added one additional field on vendor invoice info table and vendor trans table. I've referenced the invoice info tables extension in the vendor invoice header entity, and I've also added this field for UI in vendor edit invoices to be able to reference it in the UI. Now, once I've added the fields across for UI as well as for the database side, I should be able to plug in the code so that I can capture it when the data is being transferred from Dataverse to F&O. So there are predefined classes against which you would need to write the extension. So if you go into the definition of this class, which is vend invoice cap INV data update handler, you have 4 different methods which are meant for 4 different purposes. Invoice header is invoice register header, invoice line is invoice register line, and invoice journal header is for cost invoices which are landing on invoice journal, and similarly invoice journal line is for the cost invoice journal lines. So for the demo purpose, we are only using vendor invoice header entity associated one, so we're going to use update invoice header. Since it's a chain of command construct, you just need to call next. Now, once you check the invoice type, you would want to get the list of all the attributes that are passed in the call when it is actually transferring the invoice from Dataverse to F&O. So those attributes are captured as a parameter. So in your chain of command, you can access all those attributes. You enumerate through them, and then figure out what is the key value pair for your property. And based on that, you would want to write your extension code over here. So what I've done is added my MSME code here, as well as I've done the select on payment terms, where the payment term is number of days is only 1. So whatever is a payment term which says I have to pay the following day itself, I'm going to use that payment term to be stamped on top of the invoice header, along with the due date saying header invoice date +1. That's the same way. Otherwise, if I don't find the payment terms here, I just update the due date to be next day, along with populating the MSME. This is the extension I've written. Now, for me to be able to capture what the value that is sent in on the invoice as a MSME code, on the vendor transaction, I just written one post insert event chain of command construct for when trans table. Here I'm selecting for the first record in vendor invoice info table, which matches the current transaction in Ventrans. And if the MSME code is not blank, I'm just updating it. So this completes all the customizations that we would need to do to bring that additional field onto finance and operations in the relevant tables.